Are you ready for it?
All right, riders, as you can see, we have a beautiful sunset behind us in Colorado Springs. And before it goes, I wanted to jump on here and do a quick video on why I chose to go with a Honda CRF250. So one of the biggest reasons is I'm a 5'4" rider, and it's just so much easier for me to get flat-footed on the 250L. This has the Kuba link, lowering link installed on it. So I'm able to get, I would say, 1/4 of the way flat-footed. I still am a little on the balls of my feet and tippy toes, but it's enough that I feel comfortable and confident when I'm riding that if I need to catch myself, I can. So I can very easily go to one side. I'm still recovering from that ankle injury, so I can't go too much right now, to the other, and get the stability I need in order to get back on track for whatever obstacle maybe I'm about to go over or am currently climbing. So that's one of the biggest reasons I personally went with it, but also the power on these things is just amazing. Especially with this one, it has the tuner installed on it, a lower geared sprocket, so it just has a lot of that lower end torque that you're gonna need, especially if you're doing things like hill climbs. I wouldn't necessarily do some hard enduro on this, but you can definitely do some fun adventure trail riding. We've moved inside because the sun has now set. All right, additional reasons why I decided to go with the Honda CRF250L. Pretty much it's an all-around entry-level adventure bike. What that means is that you're getting true dual sport capability with this option. And what dual sport means, if you're new to the riding community, is that you can take it on the trails, you can take it on the highways, you can take it on the freeways. In terms of speed, I would say comfortably you're going to be able to look at 65 to 75 miles an hour. I personally don't like pushing my CRFs further than that or higher. They do rev high. You're revving between 6,000 and 7,000 RPMs typically. And I would say that if you're going above 75, you're definitely going to push it up and over that 7,000 RPMs. So personally, my choice is I don't want to push my engine that hard. It is a Honda. They go forever. Easy maintenance. That brings me to my next point. You just need to do your oil changes, grease your chain, and this thing is gonna take you forever. So that's what I love, is the trusted Honda name with the trusted reliability in terms of maintenance. These are considered low maintenance bikes. You change your oil, you're gonna get the life out of it that you're expecting. So we're running 21-inch wheels on the front and 18 on the rear, so we have the necessary ground clearance to do a little bit of off-roading. I've done on my 300L Rally Mosquito Pass, which is a 5 on the Onyx trail rating system, and there was some rock gardens and baby heads, and I mean, it treks. Now on that bike, I ran Dunlop 606s. I love my Dunlop 606s. I'm eventually gonna switch out to the Dunlops on this one. However, the guy had just installed some brand new tires, and they're a 50/50 tire, so for now, it's going to meet my needs. I will eventually go ahead and trade out for the Dunlops. You'll see here it says African Single. So everybody's heard about the African Twins, much larger CC bike. They joke around in the community, the Honda CRF community, that this is the African Single, and I think it's just affectionately and appropriately nicknamed the African Single. So I love it. And in terms of your tank size, the standard is going to go with the 2.1 gallons, which you're going to get about 64 miles to the gallon. So you're looking at maybe just over 120 miles to the tank. I actually have the A-Service larger fuel tank, so that's a 3.1 gallons, so I'm going to get about 180 miles, which is great because next year I plan to do the White Rim in Moab, and I need at least 150 miles of fuel on me to do that. So I'm very excited. I actually have a jerry can that I can carry on this back tail rack here, but I'm running with this nice little tail rack for now. So if I needed some extra fuel, if I know I'm going to be out on the trails all day and there's not local facilities, it's nice to have those larger fuel capacity tanks. Definitely recommend. So let's talk about price point, and that is a huge factor for a lot of people, especially if you're just getting into trail riding and you don't know if you're gonna love it. I would say buy used initially and learn. Fall, you're going to fall. It's just part of the learning process, especially if you're getting into some more aggressive trail riding. But you know, used, you can get these anywhere. I've seen them as low as like 3,000 up to 5,000 depending on the year and the condition. So that's a pretty good entry point. MSRP on the newer ones, I believe right now is about $64.99. I've seen them on special for like $59.99, but then you have, of course, the dealer fees, etc., etc. So I actually was going to purchase a brand new bike, an XT250 for my very first bike. And I called my dad, who's a rider, and I'm like, Bobby, I need your help. I'm about to go sign for this bike. Am I making a mistake? And he really didn't want me to get into riding. So he's like, oh, your mother's gonna kill me for talking to you about this because I should be talking you out of this. And ironic because he rides and he totally understands throttle therapy. But, you know, of course, I'm his baby girl and he was concerned for my safety because there are a lot of crazy drivers out there. And you know, you have to be diligent and aware of that. It's a risk every time you decide to get on a motorcycle or a dirt bike. But anyways, you know, I was telling him, I'm like, you know, I found this one on Marketplace and it's half the price. I could just buy it cash versus having payments. And let me tell you, I'm so thankful that he talked me out of getting that brand new bike because I would have probably still had payments. I recently lost my Honda CRF250L Rally in a total loss. And the claims adjuster told me, oh yeah, there's a lot of people out there paying for bikes that they don't have anymore because they had a total loss, they didn't have gap insurance, and they're still paying on the loan. So I'm just, I mean, I would have gotten the gap insurance, but I'm just really happy that I went the used route because what I also found as a new rider, you're gonna level up very quickly and you're going to want more power. I just will never forget the first time I was on my XT250, headwind coming straight into me, going down a hill on a backcountry road, and I just didn't have any confidence. I was feeling so flimsy and wobbly, like a little ant trying to hold on to a windshield, and I was just like, oh my gosh, let there not be a gust of wind come and take me down. So I didn't like that feeling. So within 30 days, I leveled up and I moved up to that 300L Rally that I talk a lot about. And this one feels just as planted as my rally bike. So they're both roughly around the same weight, 320-ish pounds, let's say, give or take. And that was a step up from the XT250, which I want to say was like 280 pounds. So it doesn't sound like a whole lot of weight difference, but it does make a difference when you're riding. And then also these bikes have a lower center of gravity. So I just feel in terms of handling, they handle so much better. I've ridden about 5 or 6 bikes now, and probably a little bit more with the training academy and stuff that I went through. Rode a little Grom, those are a lot of fun. So right now I have a Ducati Urban Enduro Scrambler 800cc. That one is my pavement princess. Although I just got crash boards, I might take it out on the trail here soon. And this one is pretty much what I take for all of my mountain passes, adventure trail riding. You know, fire roads are super easy on this. So yeah, those are some of the reasons I decided as a new female rider to go ahead and opt for the CRF250L. I, again, cannot speak enough positive about the Honda brand. We know it, it's tried, it's true, and this bike is no different. So I'm excited for you if you're just getting started on your journey. You're gonna have a blast. Definitely a great option, and we'll talk about some other bike options that you can do on other episodes. But if you've liked my content today, please don't forget to smash that like button. And if you are just joining us and haven't found a community, I would love to invite you into Lady Red Ventures to find your motorcycle community and watch us grow.
Are you ready for it?